Okay, I'm going to start with a little video. I'm going to take about a 1 mile drive out to a parking lot where I'll be able to walk around the car. So, I have quite a few different features here. Average economy, fuel range, trip meters, vehicle information, speed warning, oil life, tire pressure. Again, it's the SS RS package, so it's pretty much the top of the line. It's got a cool gauge panel, volume up and down, speaker on off for your Bluetooth headset or Bluetooth cars to be able to talk on the phone. And this changes the inputs as well as your this is standard for your cruise control. Does have obviously the they call it home link for your home garage door with the option of doing I can't even remember what the OnStar. So again, it's got the Bose, I'm sorry, not Bose, but Boston Acoustic sound system where it's a separates. It's actually pretty impressive with the audio system, as well as the gauge cluster down here at the bottom, which is showing oil volts, oil temp, pressure, volts, and transmission temperature. All right. So let's just start up. I'm going to turn the AC on because it's Texas and it's hot. I personally like the, I like to see the speedometer. Of course, everything's power, obviously. 6-speed. First gear. I live in a very hilly area, so this could be interesting. Second gear, 2,500 RPM. I do believe it's got, again, I'm the third owner. A friend of mine bought it from the original owner. He had it more as a garage queen, as I kind of am, but I just drive it a little bit more than he does, or that he did. But I think it's got an exhaust system on it. It's got a little bit more throat to it, but don't quote me on that. When I pull up somewhere, it's not rare at the gas station or whatever, people will gather around the car and be like, man, that sure sounds good. So that's third, fourth. I've got the whole road here, so I'm going to take that. Very quiet. There's no squeaks or rattles in this car. They're very well built. Okay, I'm going to roll it through the gears here just a little bit. I'm going to let that guy get in front of us so you can get the experience of the car. First, second, it's third. And if I'm just completely chilling out, I can go fourth or fifth and sixth, so you don't even hear it. Sixth gear, 40 miles an hour, 1 RPM. That's good. The motor's got a lot of torque, so for gas savings and whatnot, once you're up to speed, you can just kick it, kick it from, say, third to fifth. Sometimes I even skip a gear because it just doesn't, there's no need to row through them all. I'm at my local school here. I'll just go in this parking lot. good as any. So you do have traction control features here. So that's traction control 1. That's back off. It also has a traction control, which is a stability. Watch this here. Stability competitive drive mode. So you have 2 different modes of that, depending on how aggressive you want to be. Again, these are all, it is the SSRS package, so it has, you know, some more performance features that you wouldn't have on a normal. But I'll get out and let you hear. Of course, auto dimming lights turn off outside, as well as when you get, when it darkens up there, the lights automatically come on. I'm sure that's standard today, but. So there's the entrance of the car. As we discussed, you've got, or in pictures, you do have, I'm 90% sure, well, actually I'm going to move this down to about 60% sure that this is actually airbrushed. I've looked at it in a detail, I don't know if you can see that. I've looked at it pretty detailed, and it has it on the right side too. But the moon and the orientation of these are different, which makes me think that it is not a print. And the signature on the guy also is different, slightly different. But the only reason why I question that is I've got recently in the heat here, I've got about 5 bubbles here. I don't know if you can see that. If I took it somewhere with like a flat plastic deal and like a guard, probably could just get them out. But I think what that is a protectant to protect the actual paint of it. I don't know if that's actually showing up. On the right hand side, it's completely perfect. I might as well go there and do that for you. Now, sorry, it's locked. What I've noticed is that I did reach out to the dealer to see if that was an aftermarket option or anything, and they said no. This panel you can order separately. I think originally this came in like silver, which I think the blue is much better on the car. You can order it in blue, and then, but again, I think the airbrushing that they did, again, my belief is that this is airbrushed, is coated. It's like a protectant on it. That's again my belief. If you like it, great. If you don't, these are removable. This is pop-up. You have to, I don't know if you take the door panel out and then move it in from the back, or if you could just get a trim ring, but it's a very tight fit seal. So I think it's kind of unique. So I just kind of leave it. When I get the car washed or whatever, there's usually a gathering, or if I go to a show or something, people love to talk about it. So anyway, enough about that. I think it's a couple $100 to $300 or so if you wanted just to put the original panels on, which again I do not have for the car. So let's talk about what matters. And I'll try to slow down and be more detailed here. So let's do a little walk around. It is a bright sunny day. Probably gonna get some reflections. It does have tinted windows. Never had any problem with it. Again, here in Texas, it's really hot. Wheels are in very good shape. Is going to need tires here, and I don't know, probably about a year. You definitely have tread left. Very, very far from corded. As you can see, I've got a lot of room there. I believe those are tinted lenses on the back. Here's a walk around, and then I'll go through more detail. We'll get in the car, rev the exhaust a little bit. So. Oil pressure acts like it should when you do that. I'm a shop owner. I've got a shop that I tinker, I build cars. I'm building Cobra replicas, things like that. So very meticulous. My friends kind of would say that I'm the guy you want to buy a car from because, well, I'm pretty anal. I'll go all the way down to like, when I detail them, I like to use a GM conditioner on the seals so you don't, so they don't ever dry out. Sound is very healthy. Got a nice mellow tone at idle. Okay, so that's the good. Let's talk about blemishes. Every car has them. I don't want to. It's not mint. It's just very clean. Let's talk about one of the four wheels has a little rub. I could hide that with I could even shoot that a little bit. It's not actually. I guess it has flattened out. But I think it could be just shot, just a quick little shoot in a flat, because this is flat. The high dive, you didn't care. So there's that. The wheel's totally straight. And again, let's try. The back is, I think, in flawless condition. P0s, 275, 40, 20s in the rear. It's a 245, 40, 20 front. No rub or rash of any kind on this wheel. Go around in detail. It does have the Brembo brake package. Front and rear, again, it is, you know, it's a pretty meaty system, but again, it's, I don't know, I'm just going to use my term, track pack, meaning, again, GM built the SSRS package to be their, kind of their badass, I guess. There's the VIN number. Seals are very clean. There's no rub. No. I'm a light guy. I'm only I'm 6'2", 165, and I'm pretty careful about how I get into here. A lot of people, you know, have trouble getting in and out, so you see scrape points here. But again, on a, I guess now 7-year-old car, I don't. I'm very careful how I get in, so I don't rub them. Don't wear belts, things like that. Okay, I am kind of ADD'd out. I'm going to show a flaw. I don't know if this probably rub out. It's not in the paint. I think it's more like on it. I could probably get something very